Hey everybody, this is L.G. Hamilton with We the People, America in Black and White. On my way to work today, I came up with the most brilliant idea for those of you that are in support of a public health care option. Now, I myself am not in support of a public option, so these ideas won't do me any good. But I think they could change and revolutionize healthcare here in America. Here are my two ideas. The first one is called the Personal Public Option Express. Now, one of the benefits of this particular program is there is no congressional involvement required at all. There's no government mandates required for this to take effect. A second benefit is there's no lawyers needed. And in my book, anytime you can get by without lawyers, the plan is destined to succeed. Another benefit is there's no middleman. All the money from this healthcare plan goes straight to healthcare. A lot of times in healthcare plans or government programs, so much of the money goes to pay for administration costs and salaries and other things that by the time it gets to the end user, there's very little of it left. This program, 100% goes to healthcare. Another benefit is it's tax deductible if you can go through a 501c3 or church. If you're able to get a 501c3 nonprofit organization or a church to help sponsor this, what can happen is you can actually direct the money through this organization and they will then fund it to the particular healthcare plan you want funded. And there will be no taxes involved. This is a great benefit if you're able to do this. Now, if you can't find a nonprofit organization to help you arrange this, it's okay, because in your opinion, you think public option and healthcare is one of the most important things that America has going on right now. So I'm sure you will gladly not take a tax credit in order to help people with their healthcare. After all, many of you think that this is more important than funding a military. You also believe that there's 30 million Americans without healthcare insurance that want it. So this is a way to get those people healthcare insurance quickly. Another benefit is you can give as much as you want. You are not limited by the government. If the government is going to tack on, let's just say, for example, a 2% tax to help fund a particular project, then that's what they have to help people with healthcare or whatever the project may be. You're not limited to 2%. You personally can give as much of your money as you want to this project. That's even better in your book, I'm sure. Another benefit is you choose the beneficiary. In other words, when the government takes our taxes for a particular project, we're not sure who gets the money, and we know certain people are left out, and sometimes that bothers us because we really want to know that our money is going to do something good. Well, in this particular plan, the Personal Public Option Express, you decide who gets the money. What could be better than that? So if you know a particular family in need, or maybe a single mom, or maybe a person who's fighting a lot of medical bill problems and has no support, you can be the one to fund them. What a great benefit to their life, and you will feel better about what's going on in the healthcare world. Another benefit of this particular plan is you can start today. You don't have to wait till 2013. Now, I'm sure you're all aware that whatever healthcare plan the government comes up with for us, it's not going to begin till 2013 unless there's some major change that I've yet to hear about. So that means from now till then, 4 years will pass before people get the needed healthcare that they so deserve in this country. What are they going to do for 4 years? That's disastrous. Well, with this plan, the plan I've come up with, the Personal Public Option Express, you can start today. You don't have to worry about government mandates or an act of Congress to allow this to happen. You can go straight to the bank, straight to your checkbook, straight to your credit card, whatever access you have for funding, and you can take money out and provide it to a needy person who needs health care insurance today. What is better than this plan? I'll tell you what's better. My next plan. Now, it's a little larger and a little more involved, so it might take longer to get going. So if you really know someone who needs help today, I'd stick with the first option, the Personal Public Option Express. But here's my second option, and you're going to love this. This is called the Personal Public Option Plus. That's right, the Personal Public Option Plus. Okay, here are the benefits of that particular program. No congressional support also for this one, and no government mandates needed, just like the first plan. The second one is you will only need a lawyer if you're going to set up your own 501c3. And it should be no problem finding a lawyer who would do this for free, because as we know, there's 30 million Americans that need health care, and there's 300 million Americans that have health care. And as you guys like to say and point out to people like me who don't believe in a public option, you constantly say, Most of America thinks we should have a public option. So if that's the truth, then somewhere in this 330 to 350 million people, I'll bet you there's a lawyer who would do this for free. How great is that? So what you need to do is you need to set up a 501c3, and this will give you a nonprofit status so that you can fund lots of money coming from all over the country to help give health care to these people. Now let's just say you're not able to find an attorney who will help you set up the 501c3. Don't worry. You know why? It only costs about $500 to set up a 501c3. Now, I know it might be a little more money in certain states and a little less in other states, but around here in Oklahoma, it's only going to cost you about $500 to set this up. So if you have to pay out of your pocket, it's well worth it to help all those people that you so want to help with health care. So a measly $500 and you're ready to roll. Another benefit is, unlike a government-run plan or even a company-run plan, the middleman is smaller. Now, it's not as small as in the personal public option express, but it is smaller than all other programs. So that means most of the money goes to healthcare. Some of it may go for a few administration costs, but guess what? You determine those costs because you have set up the 501c3. So you might choose, you might find an employee who's actually going to run this plan for you and have to pay them some money. But it's also probable in a sea of 350 million people, when most are for the public option like you say, that you will find someone to donate their time to help run the 501c3. So most potentials, there is no middleman again, and most of the money goes straight to health care. Yay! Hooray! Okay, another benefit is, since you are a 501c3 at this point, you don't have to worry about the taxes involved in this. There are none. The government set that up just for people like you. Another benefit, again, is you can give as much as you want to it, but not only are you giving to this fund, this healthcare fund, but you now have access to get money from anybody who is into this plan. And again, according to you, most of America is for a public option. Therefore, all these Americans are going to flock to you to give their own personal money to take care of these 30 million Americans that don't have health care insurance. And so now you have a base of 300 million donating to this cause of health care without a government mandate and without government costs. And again, you don't have to wait till 2013. You can start today or as soon as you get the 501c3 set up. And that might take a few weeks, maybe months. So one possibility is you can use this personal public option plus, but until that gets officially running, don't wait. Act today and sign up for the Personal Public Option Express. Now, I know I've said a lot in this particular video that I am not for a public option, and that is correct. I don't believe it's the government's job to fund health care. Let's just say that I believe it's we the people's responsibility to help people out with things like health care and food and shelter, and it should be our choice. We don't need debates. We don't need D's versus R's and I's showing up somewhere in the middle to help determine whether the D wins or whether the R wins. This is between you and me. So yes, let's help people, but think about these plans, because they're really, really good. Now, I also challenge any of you to come back to me with these plans, any of you who are in support of a public option, and tell me why these plans won't work. I can't really think of any single reason these plans won't work except for one small, minute possibility. The possibility could be that you don't want to give your money. The possibility could be that you want me to give mine, and you want John Doe to give his, but you yourself don't want to give your money. I don't know why, if you're saying the whole country is for this, we couldn't do this on our own. Except for, again, that one nagging sound in the back of my head that keeps telling me this. You don't want to help anybody. You just want people to be helped by everybody else's wallet. So otherwise, let me know what's wrong with this plan, or I challenge you to act upon this plan. We'll see what happens. Remember, we the people, we have a voice. Let's be heard.